How's it going, guys? My name is Andy, and welcome to Techman Gaming. And I'm playing Space Engineers, and I've been putting a lot of thought into a weapon I could use for when me and some friends get on. I've been trying to think of a good weapon I could use, and I wanted to use gravity to propel the weapon. So I have this right here, and it's a very, very simple design weapon. And there are a few problems with this weapon, and I'll get to those in just a second. But let me show you how just simple this is. So at the front here, we're using heavy armor. And for the front, we're using heavy armor corners in this pattern right here. And basically, when this makes contact with whatever surface, it really puts a dent into it with those corners right there. And then let's take a look back at I have a gyroscope here, so it doesn't spin off course. I have 2 gravity generators, or 3 rather, on the default settings. I have a small reactor, and then I have 4 artificial mass blocks. And this entire front section here is made of heavy armor, and these back 2 are light armor. You could use heavy armor. I just put light armor. Just because that's what I had in my inventory at the time. So let me, you know what, yeah, I'm just going to add an extra onto there. So very, very simple design, but it's very, very effective. And what I have set up here, and there are holes in it, but I added these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or maybe it's only 3 because, I mean, I've been testing these, and I mean, they just puncture holes all the way through. And it's really something. Okay, so that's 1 layer. So that'd mean I have 1, 2, 3, 4 layers of heavy armor. Okay, so and this really picks up speed. I mean, it gets going super fast, and all you have to do to activate it is right now I have the reactor off, and to activate it, you're going to click on the small reactor and you turn it on, and it just gets going super fast. But when it makes contact, I mean, it just keeps going. And it doesn't stop until it gets all the way through. I mean, it's like a worm burrowing in the dirt. Now, when the gravity generators here do go out, then you've got a problem, and that's the problem I was going to get to, is that these gravity generators would sometimes kind of fail out right there, and against the heavy armor in particular. So I was going to move some of those near the back, so I have some as backup. So if I added... Let's see here. If I add a gravity generator to the back here, I may be able... Okay, yeah. See, it'll just keep going and going and going. So I'd say I'd probably add a few more, and now the reactor's out, so I'd probably move one more reactor back. But after that, this weapon would get too big, and you wouldn't want to use it anymore, and then the artificial mass will go out. And so yes. That's this weapon, and it's really, really effective against light armor. I mean, you just saw what it did to this heavy armor here. I mean, it just totally obliterated it. So, I mean, yeah, so highly effective, but there's some problems with it that I just went over about how eventually it would hit the gravity generators, and then the reactor, and then it'd have no power, and then it'd just stop. So I was thinking of another design, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this... I'll actually move back a little bit so I can get some speed build up. Although it doesn't take long for this to build up a lot of speed. It really doesn't, and that's what I like about it. So I've been thinking about, at the very front here, I decided I'd add some interior pillars. So what I did is I added 2 heavy armor, then I took interior pillars and I brought them out like that. So then it's just one big spire thing. And then I got rid of these. I mean, where they are right now, I got rid of them. And I brought these all out like this. And then I took these and I went one there. And right below that I put another one. I think I put it like that. And then here I just did it the opposite way. Put one there. And then I put one right up here. So it looks like that. That's how I designed this one, and I kept everything the same in the back. But what I'm going to do for this one is that the drawbacks that I had on the first one, I should probably change for this one. So I'm going to take some light armor, and I'm going to build back just a little bit. I'll add another generator. Okay. That was a problem. I probably shouldn't have done that. But you get what I need to do. I deleted the generator. See, that was dumb. I deleted the generator. Alright. I'll just put that right there. So yeah, this one was just, I'm not, okay, I can't really remember how effective this one really was, but I think it did a little more than my first design. I think it did. So let me just rebuild this again, and I'll just keep the back the same way because I'd have to get rid of the artificial mass blocks to add another generator, and or I'd just disable them, and you know. So 7, and I have that there. I could use symmetry mode right now. Ugh. Why didn't I do that? Okay, then I did that. Then over here, same thing. There we go. And then that up here. Right there. Alright. So, now I'm going to shoot this off at the target. Or rather, just that wall. Turn that on, and it picks up speed very fast. So, yeah, that does appear to do a lot more damage, and it ooh, now I don't know. At first it really looked like it did a lot of damage. Interesting. Okay, alright, I know that hole I hit on about 2 times or 3 times because I kept putting I put another generator on it and it just kept going. Alright, so those are the weapons. They're really big weapons though, and another problem is gravity. The most large ships you'll be shooting at will have some form of gravity, and these weapons are affected by that. So depending in the direction the gravity's pointing, it all depends. If you're aiming at a very small ship and the gravity is pointing towards the bottom of the ship, and you know this rocket type thing comes in, you know, it's going to be affected by that gravity pointing towards the bottom of the ship, and it might go right off course because of it. So that's a drawback I see with these gravity weapons. So until they enable ship weapons, I've been thinking of and coming up with other designs of weapons that I can use instead. Like these rockets, you could hook up to a landing gear and lock it on your large ship, and then whenever you get in, you know, when you get it, the enemy ship targeted, you just unlock it and those things will go flying forward beside you. Another problem is, well, I don't think it's a problem. It may be an advantage. It depends on how you're going to set it up, but if you have 2 of them by each other and you activate one, the second one will go, I do believe, or not. Maybe not. Maybe because, okay, yeah, the artificial mass blocks won't be activated because of the generator. So my original thinking was that if you had 2 of them by each other and you activated one of them, the second one with the artificial mass blocks, I can't talk, as well would follow it and they'd collide. But I guess not. Because they'd have to have power. Okay, well, that wraps up this video. Thank you for watching. If you have any other ideas for some weapons, go ahead and post those in the comments, and I'll try and get to building some other ones. I'd really like to see, you know, some other weapon designs. I've done a ton, and the one I just showed you was basically the most effective. I guess another thing what you could do with this weapon in particular is add warheads to the front of it to kind of make a nice hole or a nice dent rather in the armor so the rest of it can go through, but that'd require the weapon to be just slightly longer, and I mean it's really big as is. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.